KEOC News, your eyes on the city with me, Jessica Adams. Next up, it's a big day for justice. Convicted cop killer and international smuggling kingpin, Charles Jericho, faces sentencing later today.
The Driver series has seen better days, with recent installments doing the equivalent of tying the franchise's name to the back of a semi and keel-hauling it down a busy freeway. With Driver San Francisco, Ubisoft Reflections is hoping that a fresh new mechanic will reinvigorate the fading series. Is there brilliance in the chaos it presents, or is it just a plain old mess?
That's one down.
The story picks up in San Francisco sometime after the end of Driver 3, with bad guy Charles Jericho en route to lockdown in the back of an armored truck. Meanwhile, protagonist John Tanner watches from a scenic overlook as a rocket-propelled grenade fired from a news chopper creates a diversion that allows Jericho to hijack his transport and escape. A car chase then ensues in which Tanner is critically injured. In his comatose state, Tanner discovers he has the ability to possess motorists as they cruise down the road, usually while they're in the midst of dispensing inane banter.
You keep this up, and I swear, if you ever need a kidney, I'm your guy.
This, in effect, allows him to shift from car to car in pursuit of justice. See, Jericho is up to no good, and given his newfound powers, the consummate good cop isn't going to let a coma get in the way of real police work. It's not clear till the end exactly what the deal is with Tanner's state, and frankly, it doesn't much matter. As soon as you can catch a whiff of the screwball dialogue that propels all but the most earnest story missions, you'll stop taking Driver San Francisco's story very seriously.
Listen to me, KP. Calm down. Put your pacifier back in your mouth.
There's a relatively sober resolution in the end, but the road there is truly absurd. That said, all this absurdity is ultimately in the service of a novel game mechanic that makes for some irresistible gameplay.
I didn't realize San Fran had so many hoods for hire.
40 out of 30 heading east on Fremont in pursuit of Jericho, requesting backup now!
Driver San Francisco presents you with a sandbox that gets progressively larger as you advance through its story, and litters it with an almost overwhelming number of activities. In the fine tradition of Burnout, it's a game about reckless driving at its core, and every event you participate in is informed by this. The structure is simple, completing mandatory events which range from straightforward street races to white-knuckle stunt challenges, literally designed to inflict upon your passenger cardiac arrest, unlock story missions and bonus activities. As you go deeper into Tanner's story, the map expands, broadening your playground and giving you access to yet more challenges. The ability to shift more or less at will is a liberating effect on the experience, reinforcing the feeling that you can simply bail out of any event you aren't having fun with. At the same time, the fact that the game rewards you for any irresponsible thing you do on the road makes it easy to zone out and tear through the streets without any particular goal in mind. The map is so dense with optional races, chases, and stunt challenges, though, that you'll inevitably bump into a directed experience, if only by accident.
I've got the keys to the city.
The currency you earn for simply existing quickly starts burning a hole in your pocket, and it flows like water. Luckily, there's a lot to spend it on. There are more than 100 licensed cars to unlock and purchase, from stodgy Chevy Volts to sleek Pagani Zondas, as well as metagame buffs like longer boost bars and bonus challenges. The more garages you buy, the more of this sort of stuff you'll have access to.
And you can call me Lady again, honey.
Driver San Francisco's multiplayer package appears predictable at first, but the operative mechanics help even its most tired modes feel fresh. In other words, Tag feels like an all-new game when you factor in the ability to shift into oncoming traffic. Though the multiplayer system makes you work a little bit before it fully opens up to you, you'll have to level up for a couple of hours before you're given access to all the modes. Much of the best stuff is available at the outset. Trailblazer's frantic follow-the-leader play almost guarantees a perpetual multi-car pileup, and Tag, as mentioned before, feels fresher than ever due to the shifting mechanic. There are plenty of team modes as well, ranging from capture the flag to straight-up group races where shifting is disallowed. The split-screen multiplayer package is also surprisingly well developed, with several unique variants on game modes that take great advantage of the format.
I'm not your dad, right?
No.
So I don't need to worry about flooring it?
Nope.
The shift mechanic truly cracks Driver San Francisco wide open, turning the notion of reckless driving on its head with the vast possibilities for chaos it offers. When you're participating in events that require or encourage crashing into your opponents, you soon learn that simply chasing them down won't do when you can possess a vehicle barreling down the oncoming lane, preferably one that can haul several dozen tons. Smartly, the shift mechanic is regulated a bit in multiplayer. You aren't able to shift at will exactly, but close enough to it where you don't feel crippled by contingency very often. The cars handle predictably fast and loose overall, though some more so than others. The game emphasizes brazen driving, dramatic drifts, bold J-turns, and impromptu jumps off of San Francisco's rambling geography, or the occasional well-placed car transport. Of course, there are differences between vehicles, and the statistics they display will give you a decent idea of what they should be used for. Frequently, though, it's hard to shake the feeling that there are two real categories: cars to use when escaping from pursuers, and heavy-duty vehicles with which to ram fugitives.
Stopped in their tracks.
Oh, man. Check out that jackass.
Driver San Francisco is one slick-looking game. It runs at a near unshakable clip, though your mileage will certainly vary during multiplayer matches, of course. The cars look convincing overall, with textures discernible enough for you to differentiate between Detroit steel and Pagani carbon fiber. The damaged models will have you wincing when you allow an expensive toy to get scuffed up, but then again, Tanner won't be the one paying for the bodywork, will he? It's odd to call out the character models in a game about cars, but the people in Driver San Francisco look great, with nitty-gritty details like pores and facial hair modeled to an alarming level of naturalism. Too bad we can't say the same about the pedestrian population. Try as you might to violate their rights to inhabit the street, they'll zigzag out of the way as if protected by Providence.
Let's see how many we can get.
That isn't what we're doing.
Woo! Baby, this girl is calendar material.
As far as we're concerned, the Driver series has a new lease on life. This latest jaunt to San Francisco will keep you playing for hours with an enormous campaign brimming with challenges and a multiplayer package that benefits enormously from the novel mechanics that define the experience.